it's been 4 weeks now to the day since I applied, not to the hour because that'd be weird. And as I suspected, the rumours running around that we would get our interview times after we'd completed docs were all lies. Brutal, brutal lies. I was looking through the comments on all of the international program posts on the Disney Internships and Programs blog. Way down the bottom of one of the posts I found a question from someone asking when people would hear about interview times, and the official representative of the blog replied and said that we'd hear back within 4 to 8 weeks. Really, I just want to talk about how absolutely important and fantastic cast members are. Like, cast members are the most important part of Disneyland and Disney World, and a lot of people don't seem to realize how important they are. And so I wanted to talk to you about cast members and why they're fantastic, and mostly focus on a few experiences that I had that were completely dependent on cast members, them just being fantastic people. I could go over like the millions of reasons to love cast members and why you should cut them a break, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you a story. This is my favourite story from Disneyland because it's probably my favourite memory from Disneyland. Like, the rides were great, the parades were great, the fireworks made me cry, but my favourite memory from Disneyland is just this guy who, he looked a little too old to be working long hours, standing up in a park, selling merchandise to crazy people like me, but hey. So this was my last night at Disneyland. I think we were waiting for the fireworks, and we didn't really know what else to do because we knew that the lines were so long on all the rides that we wouldn't have time to get back on any of them, and then get back to the fireworks in time. So we popped by Emporium looking for pins. So yeah, I just bought a stack of pins. He came up to us, and obviously they have to try and peddle annual passes, and that's fair. I don't care. Like, if I lived there, I'd buy 12 annual passes. That's not even possible, but I'd do it anyway. And so he was like, oh, you pin trading? And I was like, yeah, I wanted to, set myself up a little pack. And he was like, oh, well, if you're getting into pin trading, you're going to need an annual pass. And I said to him, I would love to buy an annual pass, but we live in Australia, so this is probably the only time I'm ever going to come here. And he goes, oh, it's your first time? And we were like, yeah, it's our first time. And so he, being adorable, opened up this little drawer, and they have these badges that they can give you. And so he gave me this first visit badge. I saw in there, as he was pulling out the first visit badge, I saw that he had a just married badge. And I told him that when we were going to Vegas the next day, one of the things we were doing in Vegas was my aunt and my uncle were renewing their wedding vows, and so I said, oh, can I pinch one of those from you, and I'll give it to my aunt and my uncle. So he gave me and my cousin each one of these so we could give it to my aunt and my uncle. I accidentally forgot to give it to them, so I've still got it. Oopsies. But then he just kind of randomly started pulling all these badges out, and he was talking about how we could take them with us so that Disney would always be with us everywhere we went and everything we did. And so he gave my cousin a happy birthday badge and something else, and I got this one, which is my favourite one of all the ones that I got. It's just graduated one, and yeah, and he said that he was giving them out to us so that Mickey and Disney would always be with us through all of our special occasions. And at this point, I was not ready to leave Disneyland, and so I was nearly crying because he was just so nice and so lovely, and I will never forget him. I don't think I actually took note of his name, so I can't say, like, hey, George. But he was absolutely lovely, and I should have said something to someone and been like, that guy deserves a cake. And I would have given him a cake if I had a cake. But yeah, so that's just like story one of why I love cast members. Because that man was magical and he made my life better. Me and my cousin were in Mickey's Toontown, and there's a like a little trolley in Mickey's Toontown. Me and my cousin took a whole bunch of photos of us like hanging off the trolley like they do in movies. We were just hanging off the back of the trolley looking like cool kids. Pluto comes along, I think he had a meet and greet in the area, and he just like walks past, and I was like hanging with my arm out the side, and he comes past and he high fives me as he walks past, and I'm like, Pluto, you're ruining my photos. And then Pluto actually jumped on the trolley as well and took a photo with us. Show you the photo if I work out how to do that. Yeah, so that was just cute. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could have just walked past and ignored us, but he was lovely. I loved Pluto. Pluto was great. I love Pluto. Pluto's right there. Only half of his face. Cast members are fantastic. They make everything beautiful. They make everyone safe. They do everything so quickly. There were a whole bunch of lovely people who were really, really nice to us when we got lost. Our person on Jungle Cruise was great. I think the Jungle Cruise skippers are like a testament to how great cast members are, because those jokes have gotta be like so painful to read out. Like, they are horrible, horrible jokes, and you have to read them out every single time and sound enthusiastic about them, and it would just be so difficult, because those are some terrible puns. Some terrible, terrible puns. But there was the lovely guy who drew me my Bernard and Bianca. He was so nice. So the beautiful thing about cast members, a lot of them work long hours, a lot of them have to deal with a lot of angry people, and yet a lot of them move on from that and can still make magical moments for everyone, and it's beautiful. One of the beautiful things is that everyone there is trying their hardest to help you, even if your questions are really, really stupid. And let's face it, those people probably get asked a lot of really, really stupid questions. They'll always go out of their way to help you, they'll always go out of their way to be nice to you, because that's what sharing the magic is all about. And that's what cast members are there for. They're there to create and share the magic with everybody. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful gift. I'm going to end this here. I've got plenty of random material that I can edit together and make something beautiful out of. I will update you if anything happens exciting, like emails or things that I find out along the way. I really, really hope that you guys have a magical week, and I will see you then. If someone can tell me what this is, I'll give them a shout out, because I tried to find it on Pinpics and I have no idea what it is. To me, it looks like a steam whistle, but because the steam is green, it may also be an asparagus.